I'm eating penis.
Alrighty. Yo, when I was in elementary school and middle school, cooties, man, were like the thing I wanted. I was all over that shit.
Yeah, I think we talked to the
Cameron,
podcast.
you're
about...
already... Wow, you're all... Yeah, we did talk about this. This is what I was talking about earlier, where I made you sound like a creepazoid.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I just knew what I wanted from a young age.
Mm-hmm.
The poo-tang.
I'm a little disgusted.
I could have gone my entire life without hearing that combination of words.
Yeah, like, I really don't need to hear about how Cameron knows what he wants at, like, 5 years old or whatever the fuck, or 7 or whatever it was.
I wasn't that young, okay? And also, I didn't
It was something a little
there.
ridiculous. That's what I
didn't
remember.
even know what that fucking shit... Look, all I'm saying is that emotionally I knew what I wanted. Physically, I had no clue what that shit was.
Okay.
I feel like that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I like girls, but I have no idea what to do with them, so girls are icky.
Yeah, most people don't explain it as, you know, I was into chicks from a young age, brah. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get like the creepy laugh as soon as that phrase is over too. Just like, I know what I wanted.
You just like see the slime just coming out of his pores.
Oh god, like those kind of people gross me the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
We had one who was a regular at Kohl's.
Oh Jesus. Well, I mean, it is Kohl's, so
but
it was like a department store.
Yeah, no. Let's just put the thing, like, I'm just gonna put it very bluntly. The guy walked up to me and asked if we had any used panties.
Okay, I only heard that last bit because I zoned out. What the fuck?
Yep.
Like returned panties, like, and that just haven't been washed yet.
He was looking for, and let me just put it this way: I worked in the children's department.
That's no.
Yep.
Probably would have been making a couple phone calls if that were me.
Yep. We tried. He left before they got there.
That's a little nuts. We're like, yeah, sure, dude. We'll go get you some. Just stand right here real quick.
So, he was a creepy guy, and like everyone on the top floor where I worked was like, "Oh man, this guy's creepy. I can't even go talk to him." And I'm like, "Oh man, you guys are being a little exaggerating. I'll go do it." I walk over there, start having a conversation with him, and he gets like really excited because someone's having a conversation with him. And then he goes, "By the way, do you guys sell?" And I, at that moment, just broke, like my soul shattered. I'm like, oh, these people exist. Oh, fuck.
Welcome to the Drowning in Pools podcast.
Welcome to the Drowning in Pools podcast. This is episode 44. And as always, we have our 3 hosts, me, Cameron, Deshaun.
I am the Urban Buddha.
And Derek.
Coming in third, not second.
Like usual. But you always come in second. I wish that was an actual superpower. Like,
coming in second.
I came in third. I came in 7th, but on the paper it says I came in second, or I came in 5th. But on paper, I came in
There's
second.
a subreddit for that called God Tier Superpowers, where it's like, it's kind of mundane shit, but it's mundane shit that would make your life awesome. That's funny.
Like, so this is not a spoiler for the news episode because I haven't caught up to the news episode of My Hero, but the last news episode, there's a guy who can just lock things in place that he throws.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
I don't know the exact potential of his power, but man, that's a cool ass power.
Well, there
you know,
in this arc there are a few. This is the arc where they're like, oh, you think my powers are useless? Well, check this shit out, you know, and that's basically this whole arc.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Because there's a once they do the kind of big break into the villain base, there's like a villain team up fight where 3 villains get together and they're like nearly unbeatable because of their powers. Because like their specific combination of abilities is like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because like being able to just lock things in place in real life would make your life so much easier and so much better.
Yeah, I would never lose anything. My desk would be
Yeah,
clean
like,
every
I was
day.
like- Or like just have the power to put everything into the exact place that you want if you set it there. So
Yeah.
you just like finish cleaning, you make your whole desk a mess, and you're like, all right, I'm done with today, and then everything just goes back to place as you get
Yeah.
up.
That's sick.
Man, that'd be the cleanest house ever. Everything just returns to its previous position.
What other powers they show? Well, they showed they're even showing like, not only are my powers kind of useless, they're detrimental to my existence. Like Mirio, who when he discovered his powers, he just started to slide through the floor.
Yo, you know how scary that's got to be for a baby?
Well, because he slides through all his clothes and he slides through the ground.
Right.
And he slides, like he just falls, and like he says when he becomes intangible, even light passes through my body, so I can't see, I can't smell, I can't hear, I can't
Yeah. But then I also just remembered the world doesn't give you powers as a baby, it just slowly develops in you.
Yeah, they're
like a growth spurt.
Like when you hit puberty, it's like you start getting your powers.
Yeah. But yeah. That's still scary as shit though. Like the first time you experience that, man.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like just being on the playground and you just vanish.
And then just going blind all of a sudden.
And your parents only see your clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And it sucks. I mean, I hope he has a big dick, because that's gotta suck.
Well, he is like jacked, like
he is jacked,
impossibly jacked for like a dude who's like 17, 18.
Yeah, like he's like that one guy. Well, I mean, then again, they go to a superhero school, so I mean,
That's
getting
true.
in shape is kind of.
And he does literally go, yeah, I just work out all day. I just got ripped because I need to be a superhero. He is the
makes a little more sense.
Have they talked about how people were like he should have been All Might's successor? Have they gotten to that point yet?
Yeah. That's been a couple episodes ago. Like that was the first episode.
Yeah,
of the
I think I think Night Eye says that like to Midoriya. He just looks in the face. He's like, you're shit compared to Mirio.
And then you like see them next to each other, and it's like Mirio and Deku are the same character pretty much. Just one has green hair and one has blonde hair.
Yeah. Well, really, Mirio and All Might are like the same character.
Yeah.
But really, you aren't supposed to know that yet. You'll see it later.
Yeah. I got you.
Like for realsies.
Yo, what I would be excited about is a Mirio with All Might's power, because God, that would be fucking broken.
Well, they explain that too, so.
Yeah, I know they do. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, like at the very end, they explain, like something happens, and then they kind of explain something else why he, But anyway, you'll see it.
Gotcha.
No spoilers for stuff that's not here. For literally probably the best arc of My Hero, it's going to be the best season, and then after this, it's just downhill.
Yeah. So yeah, like just anytime people take a creative look at superpowers, I'm always excited.
Yeah, well, that's why I like JoJo so much.
Yeah, you're right. Because that's exactly what that is.
This is just a bunch of weird powers and characters with weird personalities making them work. Your character has to be interesting to make this power into something.
This may or may not be a spoiler, but I need the answer to Sean. Does Uraka, the gravity girl, does she ever get jacked?
Not like jacked, but after they go through like an intern. Well, after their internship thing, she kind of comes back, not like jacked, but you see a little muscle on her, But she like starts kind of chubby, and then over time she kind of not necessarily slims down, but she gets a little bit of muscle on her. What's her name? All Might's the previous person who had One for All. In the anime, they don't do it as much, but in the manga, she's jacked. She's pretty jacked.
Okay, that's cool.
And there's
there's
a rabbit girl who shows up that's pretty jacked.
Okay, because I would love to see Uraka just punching the shit out of people.
She does
like meteor drop.
She does start doing some pretty physical stuff, so it's cool.
Okay, cool.
Is that the
I'm
really
excited
quiet
for that.
girl with the straight long hair?
No, that's Tsuyu,
Mm,
the frog girl.
Okay. I had to like
Okay.
try to just remember everybody by fan art, and it's it's fucking hard.
Tsuyu definitely has the most fan art of any character in My
Yeah,
Hero.
she does.
Who's
They have a whole episode for her.
who's the
Yeah, they made filler just for her.
the pink chick with the white hair?
Oh shit, what's her name?
The alien
Yeah.
girl?
Yeah. I can't remember her name.
I don't know her name.
Cool.
I can't,
She's alien girl.
Because here's the deal, she's not very interesting. Like once you start,
uh.
like she kind of gets a little bit this season. You kind of see like, oh, she's this, but she's just kind of a not necessarily a washout, but she's like a dumb kid, you know.
So
Gotcha.
she is standard preppy girl.
You know who she is,
But-
Cameron?
Who?
She's Jordan, who we used to ride the bus with.
She is Jordan.
Yeah, she totally is.
Yeah. She's great as a side character. Maybe not that great.
Not getting really to know her too much, but she's one of the characters who also has like she's got a power that you would think would be super useful. Like she can like her skin secretes acid, but since she's like a hero, she can't really use that much, you know, because she might just fuck someone up.
But she does do cool things with it
Yeah.
that don't just spray it on people.
Right? Yeah. So she ends up becoming. I think she's
So, like,
I think she decides to be more of a hero that like uses her powers to save people, and then she uses like martial arts to subdue villains. But,
Yeah. She I think she could be really cool later down the line.
all these characters have the potential
But
to be really cool, especially like given a time skip. All these characters
Yeah.
can be pretty dope.
Now, like the only thing I'm thinking about with her is that she's gonna be a great support character for what's her name? The girl who makes stuff.
Damn, I can't remember her name either. I haven't watched this shit in a while.
But you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
Momo.
about. Right?
Yeah, Momo. Yeah.
Yeah. She can be a great support character for her, just so she can give her acid to use in some like
Yeah.
chemical explosion type
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah, there's like a
All
that's
right.
another thing in there too where they talk about you guys should work together more often. Heroes should work together more often, but
Yeah. You know, I still think Bakugo has like one of the coolest not unique or coolest not straightforward powers
where
where
he secretes
his sweat is
nitroglycerin.
nitroglycerin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not straightforward at all, but man, he can do some cool shit with it.
Well, because he's like a prodigy or whatever.
Yeah. He's a fighting prodigy.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the smartest, not necessarily the
Well,
best.
that's not
but
true
he's-
either, because he does show that he actually has some of the highest grades in the class, and they show his
Yeah.
like being a superhero. His thinking is very like, all right, how can I beat up the villains and protect the people as fast as as efficient as possible, you know?
Yeah.
So he is still
Like, yeah,
he is
I
still a
feel-
good hero. He's kind of just an asshole.
Yeah. Which I mean can work for some people.
Yeah. Cause fucking Endeavor, the fire dude, who's what's his name's dad, he's a huge asshole.
Mhm.
People are like, that's why people don't really like
He
him. 'Cause he's
is.
a dick.
Man, I love that show. I'm sad that you say it's not going to be great forever.
I mean, you might
but-
still like it. I know it's.
I probably
it's,
You
will.
might still like
it's
it,
kind of just
but
falling
fuck
apart.
it if I do.
Well, because here's the thing. Here's a mild spoiler. They just Aizawa, their teacher or whatever. They basically just revealed that he's just Kakashi.
Oh,
So it's stuff like that, and it's very like boring plot stuff that kind of happens later. And it feels like they kind of, I don't know, just burned
I'm
down
okay
on all
with
deals.
that though.
That's what I'm saying. Like you might still see as like, oh, these are still fun characters. It's still a fun story. So I've just lost interest in it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna be getting caught up on Fire Force this week. I'm three episodes behind, I think.
Well, when I started reading the manga, I stopped watching it, so I'm not even sure how far it
Yeah,
is.
I know. Apparently, next episode you're supposed to be able to see the two brothers fight. So
Oh
excited for that.
shit, that's a hype fight. Because it's one of those fights where you're
So-
like, it's. I keep saying this in this podcast for some reason. Correct, because I say no shit. It's one of those battles where the heroes are like, "What the fuck are this guy's powers?" and they spend the whole time trying to figure them out. It's awesome.
Gotcha.
And then it's like once they figure them out, they're like, oh, we still ain't got shit to stop this though. You know, just because we like, know doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's like, man, what's a nuke? Oh, yeah, that's what a nuke is.
Exactly. It's
about that.
Yeah, it's like, well, not really much you can do to stop it. So it's probably definitely the hypest fight so far, I think. But there's still some pretty good fights. But it's the Virgil fight, you know, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So like other than watching a little bit of anime this week, I've been watching just a shit ton of YouTube, man. Mm-hmm. Just a ton. Mm-hmm. Just consuming it by the shitload. Mm-hmm. It's not a good pastime. Like, the more and more I watch YouTube, the more I'm just like, I could do without this.
Cameron, here's what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah?
Because I've been realizing this myself. I realized I was watching a little way too much YouTube. So I was like, what is a thing I enjoy that I really don't consume enough that I could be consuming more than YouTube, you know? And that's why I started watching a shit ton of Kung Fu movies. Because I fucking love Kung Fu. I love martial arts stuff. But I realized I hadn't seen a lot of the classics, and I needed to just watch a bunch of it. And I still am, you know? So if you hate YouTube, Kung Fu, watch something else.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start watching just like... See, the issue is I use YouTube to like put it in the background while I do something else.
Yeah.
But if I try to watch something else, I want to pay attention to it, and that's the conundrum that I get into.
I think, well, I mean, because I listen to, and Derek could probably vouch for this. I listen to, you know, music or podcasts when I'm trying to work or something. You know, I'm not.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not putting something on like visual. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. But so, what Kung Fu movies have you seen? Because man, I love Kung Fu movies.
Are you like more particular about like an age of Kung Fu movies, like a certain type?
You can
modern...
go. I think you can probably go all the way back to like the original Jackie Chan movies, and I've probably seen a bunch of them from there.
Okay. Have you seen like Shaw Brothers films?
I have not. That's like one of the few that like I've seen Ip Man's. I've seen
Ip Man is not
I've seen
Shaw Brothers. I don't think.
No. I'm just saying, like, I've seen Ip Man's. I've seen. Yeah. I've seen Jackie Chan's. I've seen what's his name, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon dude.
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about. No,
not Bruce Lee. I've seen.
Crouching Tiger,
I've seen Dragon, one man. Bruce Lee film. That's it.
Oh, really? You should definitely watch.
I've only seen
more.
One.
But you should watch them after you watch some older stuff. Like, basically go down the Shaw Brothers just list of movies.
Shaw Brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's basically where you're gonna get some of the best stuff. Like, especially Five Venoms or Enter the 36th Chamber, Weapons of Kung Fu, Martial Arts with Shaolin. You know, stuff like that, where you're just gonna,
you know,
just go down the list of stuff. Like, literally, just Google a list of Shaw Brothers films and just start watching those, and then
I got you.
You'll definitely be able to branch out from there. You'll be able to see what you like, you know.
Yeah.
Because most of those movies are the ones that kind of defined everything else, you know.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I was gonna say, who's the protector guy?
Tony Jaa. He's really good too.
Tony Jaa. That's his name. Yeah.
If you like him, you should definitely watch Sapo Lang 2. It's most people just call it SBL 2. We watched some scenes from it when you were here.
Okay. Yeah. I like that fight scene was fucking badass. But I like the either the still cam, like one scene and you see the whole scene and they move throughout the scene, like a lot of Jackie Chan's movies do that.
Yeah, the one shots
where the camera's not
hold the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a dynamic camera. You see the whole scene and what he can work with, and then he moves throughout the scene doing whatever.
That's why Jackie Chan's one of the best. You should watch
you
should watch some Sammo Hung stuff too if you really like Jackie Chan stuff because they work together a lot.
Okay. And the other shots I like are the ones where it's like an active running gun scene where the guy's just running through a building, beating the shit out of one people in one area and then keep moving.
So a lot of that Jackie Chan stuff where he's running through buildings and fighting dudes and it's very active and there's a lot of energy. That actually, I believe that actually inspired a lot of the parkour stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so. I was actually watching there's a documentary on Netflix called Iron Fists and something else. God damn it. I'll put it in the description or something, but it's a not a great documentary, but it doesn't go into a lot of the details behind a lot of stuff, but it does tell you a lot about like kung fu and how it came up and where it came from and stuff like that. It's like It's like someone made a documentary about a Wikipedia article almost, where they kind of just plot points. Like they don't even talk about like they say Bruce Lee died, but they don't say how. They don't explain the circumstances around it, stuff like that. So that's the kind of detail they leave out.
Okay. I will have to take a look at that documentary because I love the behind the scenes of a lot of those things, like how like Jackie Chan and his crew, or actually a lot of overseas kung fu movies are so much better because they take the hits.
They talk about that. They talk about that a lot.
Where like a lot of the stunt coordinators all work together because they're actually like straight up taking the hits. So like they have to be a lot more precise and careful with their acts.
There's this,
or else someone's breaking a leg or
there's this
being knocked out.
There's this actor named Cynthia Rothrock. She went and trained with like Sammo Hung, and she was doing a lot of like Chinese kung fu movies for a long time. And then when she came back to the States to do action movies, she was talking about how people would tell her to stop hitting them so hard. This isn't China.
Yeah. Like it's so cool and so scary thinking about how you'll just jump out of a 2-story building and just land on the ground.
Yep. They will take those hits. They don't give a shit. They're like, let's do it. Let's fucking throw me out this window.
No padding. No VFX. Nope, I'm jumping out the window, and the dust that comes up from me hitting the dirt ground
real ass dirt. It's real this from the impact.
I forget what movie it was, but it was a Jackie Chan movie where him and his partner jump out a window. Jackie Chan hits like a little trampoline and then lands on the ground, and the trampoline goes away as the other guy jumps out, and they had to take like 3 times.
Oh yeah.
He hits the ground and then barely lets his feet touch the ground and then lands on his ass. Like he had to do that 3 times in a row.
Jesus. But you know what? It was real and it looked good.
It wasn't
a
fucking shot.
Ugly ass CGI effect.
Yeah. And it looked like he hit the ground and not just land on a pad and then put him on the ground.
Yep. Yeah, super good.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is it's scary though, man.
That's why kung fu flicks and anything that stays practical will stay 100 times better than some Marvel shit or some DC shit or some Star Wars shit. Although Star Wars has been doing more practical stuff lately, so at least they tried to.
Well, that's cool.
They tried to.
Yeah. There's only so much that you can do with
with a space story.
Yeah.
And especially with people who have magical powers that can
move shit with their mind or shoot lightning.
Yeah. It's like, well, I respect what you're putting out, but
yeah.
I mean, practical lightning, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, just wait for lightning in a bottle of that shit.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of for practical lightning is if you get like little light strings and throw it at someone and it lights up as you throw it.
But you know what? I need to break the laws of physics just to film a Star Wars movie.
I
feel like at that point, if they're gonna break the laws of physics, they might as well just create a real lightsaber and cut somebody in half.
Right. Just go for it. It's like, I can't believe you agreed to be cut in half by this completely experimental technology. Oh, well, you know.
It'll make my family good. My kid will be happy that I was in a Star Wars movie.
How'd you get this picture of the Earth? Oh, we went to the moon. It was really easy.
It's just that easy.
So I've been curious for like 2 days now. Cameron, can you talk about the Stadia thing?
Oh yeah. So Stadia flopped like fucking hell.
Oh, did it? It's almost like I said that a million times.
Yeah. So, what part do you want to hear about, Derek?
Yes.
Okay. So Stadia releases, right?
Yeah.
It comes out to the public. Now, let's get to the first issue that happened when it came out to the public. All right. So there's a bunch of people who pre-ordered it and got it, right? So it comes in, ships in the little device, they stick it on their TV, and then they're like, okay, now we just got to connect. Oh, if you want to connect to Stadia, you got to go into your email and get the download key. Oh, okay, that's fine. Where's the email?
Oh.
That's right. Yeah, I did hear about this. A lot of people didn't get their confirmation email or whatever.
Where's my email? So they didn't send out enough emails to get everybody on Stadia.
Also, they didn't make enough for everyone who bought one.
Yeah,
they also
didn't make enough.
Like, how do you fuck that up?
So
because they knew they were gonna fail.
That's the first issue.
Yeah, but like you can't just be like, oh well, these people pre-ordered it. We can't make less than like. How do you fuck that up? At the very least, you could be like, look,
Bethesda
we made just enough for our
Activision.
pre-orders. We're making more now. It'll be out in stores soon. Like, I could understand that, but like, how the fuck do you not?
So the best part is how do you ship it and not send the email, or reverse? How do you email somebody and not ship it?
Oh god.
Just like. All right, so that happened. So that's stage 1 of failure, right?
Yeah.
Stage 1 of failure. Stage 2 of failure. You go and start playing your game, having a good time, and then it just stops. It just stops.
It stops.
It goes back to the home screen, and it's like, oh, did you want to play a game?
Lol.
So like it just crashes half the time. So that's stage 2 of failure, right?
Uh-huh.
Stage 3. Oh man, I've been playing this game. It's a lot of fun. It may be laggy as shit, but it's a lot of fun. Been playing for 5 hours, and now my TV's on fire. Why is my TV on fire? Because the piece of garbage that's attached to my TV caught on fire.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Some people, because the thing is that they put no heatsink in the
They
thing.
didn't put a heatsink in it?
They might have put something in it, but it's not nearly enough because a lot of people's overheated and burnt out or like literally caught the plastic on fire.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking
Google,
awesome.
why?
Just
So
Buy Sony, like.
people's solution was if you open up the Chromecast that you can buy, that you own, basically the little Chromecast thing that you plug into your TV, you have to pop it open and then put air vents in there because there's no air vents to pull in cold air.
Oh my god. This is just
So
getting better and better.
That's stage 4 of failure. Stage 5 of failure. There's someone playing Samurai Showdown. I don't know if you've seen the clip of this, but there's someone playing Samurai Showdown on Stadia, and you've experienced lag in fighting games before, right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy's playing some games. I think he gets like the first 2 swings off, and then all of a sudden the other person starts teleporting around, right? It brings him back to the home screen, and when he reconnects, the guy's still teleporting around. So even if you get good matches, or even if you get the game working, the connection from peer to peer, yeah, if you connect at all, the peer to peer connection is even worse because you got the Stadia lag, then you have the internet lag, and then Stadia lag again on the other side.
Yeah, like I just don't.
The industry will fix itself, guys. It has to for Google Stadia. That's what they said, right? Yep. That's what they said.
If enough people, it said, if enough people want Stadia to work, the ISPs will make it work.
Unbelievable.
What I think they fail to realize is the fact that
industry doesn't give a fuck about video games.
Well, no, not even that. The people who want Stadia to work already have consoles that work.
Exactly. They already have shit that makes this completely irrelevant. It makes it redundant. There's no point even having this. It's just ridiculous.
How much is Stadia? Like $150?
And then $150, and then you have to. It's not like Netflix, so you have to buy each individual game.
Yeah. Guess how much I spent on a PS4?
Like 200?
250.
250, yeah.
250. Guess what? If you split that with one person, that's Stadia.
Yep.
and
it won't catch your fucking TV on fire. And your games will work.
And your online will work, even with Wi-Fi.
Like,
I don't.
So, like, what is this? Like, did this just need more time in the oven, or were they just idiots and they just expected this to work?
I think what happened was they vastly overestimated how good America's internet connection is.
Oh yeah.
Because like let's be honest, the real kicker is going to be America and like getting it over that speed bump. Because most other countries are small enough to where that kind of shit doesn't really matter.
Like in Japan, they don't give a fuck. Like internet problems, never heard of them.
Yeah, or Korea, like
they don't worry about this shit.
Korea has Korea and Japan, like a lot of Asian countries have just giant warehouses of computers being ran at the same time with no issues.
Also, they're much fucking smaller.
Yeah,
they are much smaller.
Japan literally fits inside of California.
Yeah, I was gonna say infrastructure is a lot easier to make when you're the closest person or the farthest person away from you is a day's drive.
Yeah, this kind of shit is just not possible unless you restrict. Okay, let me rephrase that. Especially for fighting games, for like peer-to-peer stuff, this kind of shit is just not possible if not everybody has fiber internet, and B, these people are not like on the same coast. Like fighting someone who's on the East Coast from where I am is already a pain in my ass. Like I don't need an extra like half a second of lag added onto either side simply from having to stream the game.
Yeah. Bro, like I live in the Midwest in the fucking boonies, dude. Like my internet is always shit. This was never an option, Like what the fuck were they thinking?
Yeah.
I just had a realization.
What?
So fighting games is one person to one person, right?
Yeah.
Destiny 2 is a free game on Stadia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it free?
How
now?
bad is that game?
It's free on everything.
Stadia.
They were trying to make you pay $40 for it at first.
No, so Stadia had a deal where Destiny 2 was going to be free, but they had that deal before Destiny 2 went free. So that was one of their selling things, that Destiny 2 was going to be free.
Okay.
And then like a couple months later, Destiny 2 was like, oh, by the way, we're free for all platforms.
Fuck you, Stadia.
Yeah, seriously. That's not that they're intentionally sabotaging Stadia, but that sounds to me like they don't give a fuck about Stadia. Like other video game companies don't give a shit about this thing.
You know what? What I think it was is that Stadia went to Destiny 2 and was like, hey, can we make your game free for Stadia? And Destiny's like, sure, because they already knew.
Right, we were already planning to do that, so yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we can get a small team to port it to Stadia.
Yeah.
What were you saying before though, Cameron?
Oh, just about how Destiny 2, how bad is that connection?
Okay, see the thing is, I feel like games like COD and Destiny are not going to be as bad because.
Is it because it's not peer to peer and it's server?
Yeah, there should be dedicated servers for that.
Gotcha.
Like, there are certain fighting games where I will always just have a shit connection. Like, oh god, what was the one that was fucking with me?
Smash.
The
Smash,
speed
yeah,
of
that's
light
one
is
of
too
them.
slow for us.
Well, yeah, it's like actually, yeah. Let's talk about Smash because my fucking Switch is hardwired into my router, right? Like I bought an adapter and it's working. It works, right? The adapter itself is recognized and it works.
Yeah.
Why? just why? And like obviously,
fighting games need GGPO.
And like obviously, like the Switch has other online games like Splatoon 2.
Which works good.
Yeah, that works well. Like I don't have Splatoon 2, but I've seen gameplay. Like it obviously works.
Yeah.
And also, I know it's not my internet because literally every other thing I do is fine. It's literally just the Switch. And at this point, I've ruled out the issue of, oh, it's Wi-Fi. No, it's just the Switch. I'm just...
I don't know what Nintendo's deal is with online. Like they seem hesitant to do it at best. You know, they don't really seem all that gung ho about. Not really gung ho, but like they're not putting not necessarily all their chips either. But I don't know what I'm saying. They're really down for it. It seems like they were pulled into it like old men who were being taught how to use the internet.
I mean, that's because
Deshaun, that's literally
because they're all literally old men.
Did you hear about the article about the Xbox developer who went to the conference?
I think I vaguely remember that.
So this guy from Xbox went to Nintendo to have a to talk to them about internet and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time when the conference first started, right, they were talking, and he brings up how Xbox Online works versus their online.
Mm-hmm.
He was then immediately escorted out of the room and told,
I remember this.
No, not asked to leave. Asked to not bring up another console again.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo deals with Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo does not give a shit about. Yeah, well, because they
don't care how.
Because they're even. But
anything else.
It's so weird because they don't put their shit on anything else, and they never will, probably ever, right? But they're getting a whole bunch of stuff ported to the Switch, you know. So it's clear that they don't need to give a shit about all this other stuff, you know.
So I think they're starting to understand what people want for online stuff because they're finally getting forced into a position where they have to upgrade their online.
Yeah, because now they have
a fighting game. That's why they're talking to Xbox more often now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so the main issue that I have with it is that it's just, like, Nintendo has done Nintendo for so long. I'm not sure that they know what their players want.
Yeah.
Like, they obviously understand what they want as a company.
They've never seemed to really care what the people who like Nintendo stuff wants. They've always just done Nintendo, which has worked out for them because people have wanted Nintendo, but now they want a little bit more than just Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, in this day and age, it is nearly going to be 2020. Like, Jesus Christ, is it so much to ask that if I'm hardwired into a connection, can I fucking play Smash Brothers online?
Like, they must be like, we can't go into this next decade lagging behind. You know, we gotta.
Also, can we talk about the fact that Nintendo obviously does not give a shit about whether or not there's a stable connection, because none of their fucking consoles have come with a built-in Ethernet cable. Every single one has had a separate dongle.
Yeah, they just don't.
Except for, I think that's also maybe the GameCube in some, like, there's some versions of the GameCube that have it, but mine didn't.
I was gonna say that also is just Nintendo loving their additional purchases.
Right, exactly. They love little add-ons. They love you to buy little toys and shit or whatever, little connector things.
On a certain level, I completely get that because I'm like,
it's an enthusiast thing. I get to pay. Sure.
Well, I was gonna say I get to pay $200 for a video game console, and if I want the additional features, I can pay more. But if not, then I can at least just get the base version for cheap.
Hey, do you want to play your Game Boy Advance games on your GameCube? Got a connection for that. Want to use your Game Boy Advance SP as a controller? Got a connection for that.
But, and those are actually really cool.
Those are cool
additional
things.
Yeah.
But like,
that's why I brought them up, because I was like, it's cool. It's cool add-on shit that's like, yeah, you know, that's actually interesting. You know,
the issue is that this very obvious, like, the fucking PlayStation 2 had an Ethernet cable, like Ethernet.
Yeah,
cable.
I know. PlayStation 2.
And like, the PS2 came out at a time where plugging your console into the internet. I mean, admittedly, the Dreamcast kind of pioneered it, but like, it was not commonplace.
It made it was pointless at the time because you didn't think of it as multiplayer games as being multi-connectional except for the Xbox.
Yeah. And like, sure, Battlefront had it. Like, there were some CODs that had it, but like, the main Call of Duties were on the PlayStation 3. Like, the big ones, you know.
Yep.
But like, it's just, it baffles me that it's been like, what, 20 years since the PlayStation 2 launched?
Yeah.
And like, even before that, again, the Dreamcast had the ability to plug into shit. And Nintendo has fucked around.
Dreamcast had the ability to go on the World Wide Web.
Yeah, and Nintendo has fucked around with plugging shit into your phone for like Pokemon and stuff. Like, they're not afraid to innovate, but they are afraid to take literally anything out of Japan and put it into.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, okay, at least look at Sony. Like, same fucking country.
You know,
Like,
they don't want to look at Sony because Sony disgraced them.
ugh.
We don't talk
know,
about
it's-
other video game companies here, please. Thank you. It's
Like-
it's so weird, Nintendo, because they're so successful at the same time. Like they're succeeding in spite of the shit that should be holding them back.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they succeed because of the fact that they don't do it. Like, people like Nintendo so much that if they were to play ball with everyone else, they would lose like
Their identity
the
as
fervent.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think that Nintendo has such a like level of polish that comes with all their first party stuff. I'm not gonna say shit
Right,
about the
yeah.
third party stuff, but like their first party stuff, everything is insanely polished to like
Right.
the nth degree.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Like at the
Like,
end of
fuck,
the day,
look
their
at Breath of
games
the
are still
Wild.
pretty good. Yeah.
That was a Switch selling machine because you know when it was out on the Switch, when fucking Breath of the Wild came out, it was like that and 1-2 Switch and like maybe one other third party game, and that was it.
Yeah, Smash wasn't even out.
No,
yet.
Smash came out
Yeah.
like 6 months later. No, longer.
Zelda, Breath of the Wild was definitely the killer app for Switch for a ton of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and admittedly, 100% fucking worth it. But like,
Oh yeah.
Yo, I'm excited for this this Metroid game that they keep teasing
That they were,
about. How
yeah,
they're
that
like,
they
oh,
were
yeah.
like, Cyber Connect kind of blew the shit out of their ass on this one, so we gotta go with somebody else.
And we gotta make it look super nice and super
Yeah.
fancy. I'm like, man, I like
hopefully
that
it's not
game is either
other
gonna
M.
be. Yeah, I was gonna say either that game is gonna be super beautiful, or oh, why do they take so long to make it?
Yeah, like what was the
I will
point of
say-
this?
I will say, I'm happy that they're porting more shit to the Switch, and like basically everything is getting a Switch release.
Yeah.
It seems like if nothing else, Nintendo has done one thing that they previously haven't done, which is learn from their fucking mistakes of not allowing enough shit onto the Wii U.
Yeah. Like the other thing is that Nintendo is super nostalgic factor, and they're starting to play into that finally.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, that's kind of always been what they've been doing. That's why they released a billion Mario games and a billion Zelda games,
But-
and a billion.
What I'm saying
Uh,
is,
yeah.
they're starting to get their what's called their back catalog all put onto the Switch.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just waiting for
Which-
all the N64 games
I was gonna say.
and
except
all
for
of
stuff
the.
people
have-
want.
Where the fuck is Super Mario Legend of the Seven Stars?
The the
Where the
RPG,
fuck is Super
yeah.
Mario RPG?
We don't talk about
Yeah.
Square Enix here. Thank you.
Yeah, they work with Sony now.
Yep.
Like, I understand that that's like part
I think
owned.
it might be a rights thing. Though.
Yeah, but like,
It's a,
bro,
yeah, it's- I
you
think
both
there's
are
a rights
companies,
thing
and you
copyright
both
stuff.
know that this is gonna make. It's not necessarily fuck tons of money, but like, you could put so much ads on the YouTube space. Like, come on.
Put
I was gonna
Gino
say,
in Smash. Damn it!
But yeah, I was gonna say, does Sony own Square Enix?
I don't think so. I
no.
think they're still
No,
a separate. Let me check.
They're just real tight. You know, it's like because who bought? Didn't they buy Naughty Dog or something? Or somebody got bought recently that everybody was like, weren't they already owned by them?
I think it was Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that one up while he looks the other one up.
Yeah. Shit. I gotta carry the podcast now.
Yeah, you do.
Scoop it
Yeah,
boop
you do.
up. Scooped up. No. Yeah. I don't even know. Nintendo is like one of those companies that it will. It's like the Marvel movies where they could put out complete garbage or just boring middle of the road shit and people will still like literally just fucking put out this middle of the road ass Pokemon game and people fucking love it. So they can do whatever they want, kind of. Like at the end of the day, they could probably just never improve their online and they'll still be breaking in the dough.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does
so
look
Sony
like
does
Sony
own
owns a
Naughty Dog.
fuck ton of Square Enix shares. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay,
okay.
cool.
So they mostly own Square
They-
Enix,
they
but
don't-
not just like a complete.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
own,
quote unquote own
Wait, hold on.
Square Enix.
Oh
They
no,
own-
it's sold
they
off.
own
its
enough of
shares.
it to make decisions for it.
So,
Yeah.
so no, hold on. They used to own a shit ton of shares. It sold off a fuck ton though.
Oh, really?
You know, it's probably when 15 flops.
It was back in
That's true.
16, so possibly.
Yep.
When 15 flopped.
They're
Okay,
like,
so
let's
I haven't
go.
been able to
We're
find
gonna-
anything more recent than that, but I've also only done like 3 minutes of googling. So, but at that point, like, is it so
Yeah.
fucking hard? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, there's no exclusive rights, right? Because Square Enix has made shit for, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out for everything under the sun that wasn't Nintendo. It came out for Xbox, PlayStation 4, and that was it. But like, and obviously they have enough shit to like work with Microsoft because they've ported 15 over to PC.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like-
and they also had 15 was also on Xbox, I believe.
Maybe, but like, so obviously there's no exclusivity contract. So why the fuck, and like why the fuck can we not get? I'm sorry, I'm typing and like doing 3 things.
You're good.
Yeah, you're right. It came out on Xbox. So it's like, why the fuck can we not get this game that like obviously no one is going to like buy a new copy of, or people will buy a new copy of it, but like it's very obvious that you could just port this game over. It would take probably 3 dudes, you know, to port it over.
Yeah.
Considering they already have the hardware to emulate the SNES. Like, fuck, they already have a version on the Wii U. The work is done. Like, just do it. I bought the fucking game on the Wii U and I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. But if it was on my Switch, I would play it more. Like,
Just do it.
yeah, it just
Do
doesn't make
it!
sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's Nintendo.
Yeah. I feel you though. I do.
I never understand some of the decisions these companies make, where they are just like everybody wants it, but they're just like, nah, not gonna do it. Probably because they're
Like, I'm sure there's some like legal reason why they haven't done it yet. But like,
probably 'cause
surely
they're
you can get
using
that
it-
squared away.
They're waiting for when like they fuck up and their stocks drop a lot, and they're like, all right, what can we whip out that the fans will love? That'll
Is Nintendo even a
fix this
publicly
real
traded
quick?
company?
No, I don't think so. Well, I mean,
I know
they're
Final Fantasy.
social stock, I should say.
I know Final Fantasy VII used to be that on where everybody's mindset is like, as soon as Sony starts going down the drain,
Exactly.
they're just gonna pump out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit.
Pump out Final Fantasy VII.
Nintendo is
remake.
publicly traded.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Mm. But still,
Man.
that it's one of those things. I think they're like, we're gonna hold this in our back pocket for when we need it. You know, for when. So we're kind of slow, and our last game doesn't do too well. We'll announce that, hey, we're gonna start working on this or whatever, and then people will be all excited and happy for
There's
it.
nothing to work on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They'll announce that they're putting it out, and then they'll act like they're working on it for a while, and then they'll just put it out. They might delay
other
it so
thing
they can work on like maybe graphics or something, but they'll just put
I was
it
gonna
out.
say the other thing they might be doing is they might be trying to do remakes for a lot of the old games that people used to love.
That's true. They don't want to put out the original
that-
and then put out the remake right after because people won't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what a lot of companies are doing right now is they're just remaking old stuff because
Yeah.
everyone wants the old stuff to look nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, half of me is like, super excited for the old stuff to come back, and the other half is just like, but new IP though?
Right, exactly. Just make a new thing. Just re-release a remaster of the old game and then just make a new thing.
Yeah, instead of making a remake, just do a remaster and then.
Yeah.
Although I know those are a lot faster to pump out and a lot easier to pump out, but at the same time, I don't know much about like coding and all that kind of fun stuff of how hard it would be.
I mean, if you take the same skeleton, it wouldn't be
It would
necessarily
require
as hard.
more work than Zero, which to Nintendo and some of these other companies is too much.
Well, the thing too is that you have to realize that remasters, especially for like the SNES games, they require essentially just redrawing everything, like recreating
pretty
all
much.
of the art.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah,
So
gotcha.
even if the coding is the same and they're just like changing the actual art assets, it can still fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And especially when you're working with code that long ago, like I have no idea what the fuck.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck it was coded in, but I can guarantee it's different from what we code in today.
Yeah.
So it's like, well,
Because a lot of the old code is someone in their backyard going, yeah, this works.
Right. It's just found this
Really
shit.
weird
It's
place to
like,
keep a PC, but sure.
I mean, what's his name made his PCs in the garage, so I mean backyard. I mean, as long as you have a tent, should be fine.
I know a guy who has like a weird like canopy backyard. That's like this little Zen garden that he does his work in. It's fucking weird.
That's
but
cool.
It's cool.
Real talk, if I ever get successful enough, and I'm a streamer, I want to have just like a shack in my backyard where I have all my streaming stuff.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I want to have my stream
like,
shack.
And then there's one window in your stream shack, and that just points to like a beautiful garden that you don't take care of with your neighbors.
Yeah, exactly.
It points right over the fence.
You can see my neighbor just like his hand over the fucking like over the wall, giving me the bird while I'm streaming.
You're being too loud.
Right,
Shut
yeah.
the fuck up.
Aren't you supposed to be at work?
I am at work.
Hello, this is my job.
Right, yeah. I'm an internet guy for a living.
How do you think?
Jesus.
Yeah. Excuse you, I am a non-respected
life.
internet authority. Oh my god.
Oh man.
So I beat God of War.
Like.
Oh yeah?
Oh,
How
did you?
disappointing was it?
You know what?
What?
The ending was not as good as fighting the fucking super boss Valkyrie, so I shouldn't have finished the game.
God damn it, bro.
No, that's not true. I actually enjoyed the game all the way through, but the super boss Valkyrie at the end of the Valkyrie quest is probably one of the fucking coolest bosses I've ever fought in my entire fucking life. Everything else is pretty standard by the numbers in comparison, but that Valkyrie boss fight's fucking awesome.
I've heard a lot of good things about that Valkyrie boss.
It's because basically it's you fight like I want to say like 6 or 7 other Valkyries, and they all have like a certain moveset. But then when you fight the Queen of the Valkyries, the last one, she has all their movesets combined, but she's also a little bit faster. She recovers faster. You know, it takes longer to stagger her.
All that fun stuff.
Gotcha. That's cool. That's pretty cool.
It's awesome. It was so fun. It took me so many tries. I ended up realizing that I was fighting her with kind of underleveled armor, but that kind of made me just all the more determined to do it.
Gotcha.
So eventually I did, but it took me like, I want to say it took me like 3 days to beat her, just in between. Like I only had like a few hours in between, like, you know, like going to work and other shit I had to do. So
yeah.
But yeah, it took me a minute to beat her, but it was fun.
My brother did something like that where it's he was against Sephiroth and he in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh.
So he was grinding up levels with using Winnie the Pooh's Keyblade, which is like the weakest Keyblade in the game, but has good XP stats and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And one day while grinding, he's like, "Oh shit! I've never seen this little pathway before." Runs down the pathway, gets in fight with Sephiroth, barely wins just because he like lames Sephiroth out.
That's some of the best ever.
Then as he beats Sephiroth, he's like, "Oh fuck this shit." Turns the game off, turns it back on, puts on a different Keyblade. He's like, "I can't beat Sephiroth with this shit Keyblade." He goes back and fights him properly.
Can we just talk about the fact that Kingdom Hearts 2 has some of the best mana regeneration ideas in the fucking industry?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Because like, there's no fucking I think it's cool because it also it encourages people to use mana, and on top of that, it doesn't punish you for using, like, you don't get punished for the entirety of like the rest of the level, you know, or you don't have to necessarily use items. It's just cool. Like, I love it.
It's super useful, and it makes you actually like, it makes you think about it more and less at the same time.
Yeah. And like I played Kingdom Hearts 2 first, and then I went back to 1, and I could not understand for the life of me how the fucking mana in Kingdom Hearts 1 was when I was younger. Obviously, when I was a college kid, I could look it up on the internet, but like,
I'm just happy they fixed his jump animation from 1 to 2.
I'm glad they gave him the backflip.
Yeah, his jump animation in 1 is fucking awful. It's stupid. It feels weird.
I'm like, it looks like he's just jumping up and then doing a squat in midair until he lands on the ground.
Dude, he's jump crouching
So
to make
weird.
sure that hitbox doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Turning
Dude,
himself
okay.
just a square instead of a rectangle.
Can I bitch about one thing in the fucking Kingdom Hearts 1?
Always.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, always.
I played Kingdom Hearts 1 like on a PS2, like the legit Kingdom Hearts 1, right? Not like a remake.
Yeah.
And I played it for the first time all the way through in college.
Yeah.
Riku, the fucking Riku boss, is so fucking hard. Like, what's it called? I don't remember what his armor is called, but like Dark Riku, right?
Yeah.
The one where it's still Riku and not Ansem. That boss, I think, took me more tries than the entirety of the rest of the game. Like,
Damn.
oh my fuck. And we were like looking online, like, how the fuck do people do this? And we saw somebody like, oh, we could do this build. Oh no, we can't because that's in the remake. Like,
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, and they're like, look at all these action commands you can do to react to his shit. And I'm like, hey, guess what I don't have in this fucking game? Action commands.
Yeah.
So it was just, eventually we got him.
Tough it out.
Yeah. But it was just like, Jesus Christ. And then like Anthem pops up and like 4 out of his 5 forms are like easy as fuck. So like, it's just the second form you have to worry about. And then after that, it's Gooch.
Games are games are so weird like that when they have like that one fight that's like, this is the most epic, badass, awesome fight in the whole game. It's pretty difficult, but it's fulfilling. And then you go to like the final boss, and it's like, oh, he turns into a giant monster. I hit him 3 times. God of
You
War.
been playing a lot of Kirby or?
No, actually,
You know, like-
here's the thing. I don't like playing the Kirby games. They don't feel
not
good to
surprised in the
play.
slightest.
They do not. I like the lore. I actually like a lot. Like, I like a lot of the animation of the little characters. I like the little characters a lot. I just hate playing those games. They don't feel good to play.
I just can't. I can't do it, man. I've tried playing Kirby multiple times, and I'm just like, I get the appeal of it, but no, I'm okay.
I can't.
You know,
Like, I've never finished a Kirby game. I don't think. Like, I've tried playing them, and I'm just like, nah.
I've gotten better about finishing my games recently, but when I was a kid, I only had a few that I ever really beat, like actually finished the story of. One of them was Kirby Canvas Curse on the DS.
Okay.
And it was that game was actually, I had a lot of fun with that. To be fair though, it was my first actual like Kirby game. I played Kirby and Smash, but like that was my first actual Kirby game.
You mean Smash isn't a Kirby game? Isn't he the main character of Smash Ultimate?
He is.
He's on the box art somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's called Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
But
Kirby
Kirby can be important.
It should be like Super Smash Brothers starring Kirby. And that's it. Everybody else is just a guest.
I mean, considering Kirby can turn into each and every one of them, I wouldn't even be surprised.
All right. Have we got anything else we want to talk about?
I mean, there's this thing that you put in the docket.
Oh, there is things I put on the docket, right? Let me
Is
talk
there?
about the things I put on the docket. Yeah, it's actually kind of important.
Okay, so I have a question here.
Yes.
So for the Tekken one,
shit.
do you mean Harada?
Yeah, I missed the other A. Sorry.
Okay, I was just
Harada.
confused. I was looking
it's-
trying to find a character, like the actual character.
No, it's Harada. I was like, so, the thing I want to talk about is, what do you guys think about a company having a face character?
What do you mean? Like a face of the company?
Like a PR
Like a face
representative.
of a PR representative who is
So as
a
long as your
character
name-
rather than a person.
As long as your name isn't Randy Pitchford, it's probably fine.
Okay, because I always think that like the PR representatives of companies that are like, they come on stage and they talk to gamers, not like gamers, but not like people either. They're like these goofy characters.
It depends on like how genuine I think it is and how much the person really seems to be loving what they're doing. Like Reggie,
Yeah.
I believe he likes what he's doing. Well, liked now that he's retired. And Harada, I know he enjoys what he's doing and being a part of all this.
Did you see the Tekken? Did you see him coming on stage for the Tekken?
Where he was telling everybody to shut up and shit? Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
Shut up!
Shut
Sit
up!
the hell
Yeah.
down!
You sit down! You shut up! Shut up and sit down!
I'm angry. I'm
Yeah.
pissed.
I love Harada. He's one of the best.
Harada's great, man. Like, so like Harada, Reggie, those are two really good examples of like company faces that know how to talk to the players
Yeah.
without being super campy while also being super campy.
Unless you want was it Mother 3 in America in the West? Yeah. Then Reggie's gonna tell you to go fuck yourself.
But yeah, like I think I would like to see more wrestling style face characters for companies.
Oh yeah.
I want to see some of them turn.
Where they all what? Someone turned
yeah, he did. His name is Todd Howard.
Yeah. Todd, you mean Todd Coward?
You mean God Howard?
So like the issue that I have is that a lot of the people that like become face characters, the way you're saying it, they're also generally like the creative guys, you know, the guys who came up with the idea.
Yeah.
And like I don't necessarily know what Harada does in the company itself. I know, but I do know that he's like the director, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
But every time that someone brings up that kind of stuff, I always just think of Peter Molyneux, and like at some point, obviously these guys are like have not pushed that kind of shit, and Peter Molyneux has constantly failed to
the god of lies.
Like, yeah, he's constantly failed to bring his shit into the real world. So it's just like I like them when they're natural and when it's naturally like when they naturally pop up.
Exactly.
Yeah, when they're being genuine.
You have to become, like I said, like you have to become the character. You have to become not you just decide to be the character and force it on everybody. You have to become the character over time. You know, you have people have to like you
shows.
and like your personality.
I think that's one of the big things that like people, when you see a character like Harada or Reggie or something like that, people just assume that's how they always been.
Yeah.
But it's kind of how they always been, but subtler about it. And then after like doing it for so long, you can be a little more extreme with your character because people are gotten used to it.
Yeah. I love the clip of Harada with the "Don't Ask Me for Shit" shirt.
Oh my god,
so
yes. I need to get one of those shirts.
Yeah. It's such a great fucking shirt.
It's a good shirt. It's one of those shirts it's gonna go. It's probably one of my. If I get one, it'll probably be one of my Hall of Fame shirts because I have another one that's like Mr. Rogers and it just says "It's good in the hood," and I have a bunch of shirts like that.
Yeah,
it's like my best shirts.
Yeah, I like shirts like that, but like. I just like how a couple days ago, Harada was literally just like coming on stage, yelling at the players, and everyone enjoyed it.
And everybody loves it. Yeah, you think fucking Todd Howard could do some shit like that? You think that fucking that Sony executive fuck could do some shit like that? Absolutely not.
Well, I think Harada also has like the bonus of being in a smaller community. You know.
That's true. Yeah. Well, because he actually talks to the community as well.
Yeah, and like
people.
Yeah.
The FGC as a whole is just like smaller. It's fragmented and also smaller than like the FPS community. You know.
Yeah. Right. Although I think if the FPS had like, so the thing about FPS games is that they're very realistic and they're not goofy in any way.
Yeah, like
have you seen Overwatch?
And Halo and Overwatch and
okay,
Splatoon.
I forgot Overwatch is a thing. Okay, I forgot Overwatch is a thing. My bad. But like, Overwatch is a little bit different because Blizzard is kind of on fire right now. Like it may be called Blizzard, but that's a hellhole.
Actually, as God of War taught me, hell is really cold.
Yeah.
So.
There, as D&D has taught me, there is one plane of existence on hell that is just completely ice, and everything else is atypical hell.
Well, if you read Dante's Inferno, if you go all the way to the very center of hell, Satan or Lucifer is frozen in the center of it.
Yeah,
it's fucking weird.
Yeah,
but anyway,
damn. Insert fan fiction.
But so like the shooters that I know of, other than Overwatch, is Call of Duty, Halo,
super realistic,
Battlefield. Well, Halo's not super realistic, but it's still like military dude does military things.
No, I mean most shooters can be described as that. But go ahead.
Well, I mean,
even the more fantastical ones like Titanfall.
I guess even Overwatch technically could be military.
You played Soldier 76, military dude doing military things.
There you go.
Yep.
Play what's her name, Farah? Isn't she a sniper or something? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm now thinking about it. Yeah, okay, you're right.
That's like boiling down every
Technically-
fighting game to just press some buttons.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Fighting
do you
dude
see
hits
what
a
my name
guy.
is?
Yeah.
Do you see what my name is?
Yeah, that's true.
But like
But
no.
yeah, no.
The issue is that, and I think it's because the fighting game community in general is just easier to reach out to.
Yeah.
It seems even like splintered across games, it seems easier to like consolidate people, and like there are other side games that consolidate people, like Power Rangers, right? Like you have people from
Yeah.
fucking everywhere playing Power Rangers, or like
Yeah.
you know, like most people who are in the fighting game community have tried Tekken at some point or something like that, you know.
Yeah. You're right though. You're right about that. Where like
And
people cross pollinate a lot easier in fighting games than.
other genres in general.
Yeah.
Like Dota and League are kind of getting to the point where people are playing both, and or like something like that. Like there are a lot of streamers, there are a lot of League streamers who have been playing Dota, or you know whatever. But like,
or at the very least, they can say they've tried one or the other.
yeah.
But
like, FPS games generally aren't like that. Like, fucking, really only people are playing Rock Band 4 or Clone Hero. Like, I think the fighting game community is much more conducive to, like, essentially being accessed like that.
Yeah.
And Nintendo kind of has that same power, not by necessarily being smaller, but by just like having everybody drink the Kool-Aid. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Everyone just accepts Nintendo as Nintendo.
yeah, and that does make things easier, especially when you want to come off with that wholesome, like, I'm your uncle and giving you games kind of image, you know?
Hey,
Right.
shut the fuck up and eat my food.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
So, I don't know. Like, I like face characters, but I feel like if they come about naturally and then kind of like grow into the role, it makes them a lot easier to deal with than like trying to be there already.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like, that the carry off point of this is Twitter having their whole Twitter rants and whatnot. Although, like, the only one that I found acceptable was Chester Cheetah, because it's fucking. He's been a character for so long that, like, him being a character on Twitter is like no different.
Chester Cheetah.
Oh, you mean like all the
Literally
Twitter accounts for
Cheetos?
Literally the Cheetos thing? What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You didn't hear about this thing a while ago?
No. Wait, is this the thing where he was talking about killing himself or something?
No.
Okay.
So like a couple years back, a lot of furries got together and started drawing fan art of Tony the Tiger.
Oh,
And,
I
I mean,
remember this.
like,
And they asked him to
hardcore-
stop, and the Chester Cheetos guy was like, "Nah, draw as much as you fucking want. We don't care."
They're like, he's like,
please draw for us.
Tony's like, we have a lot of children who
Yeah.
like me, so I'd appreciate if you guys stop drawing such lewd things of me. And then Chester came and goes, hey, you guys want to draw lewd shit of me?
Right,
I'm
yeah.
all for it.
That's because Chester Cheetah is like a fucking schizo dirtbag. Shows up in people's homes.
Hold up. I'm gonna post a picture in the Discord. Give me 1 second. You guys keep talking because it's gonna take me a little while to find. But
so let's branch this out into like Twitter, like companies being active on Twitter, because we've had a lot of like the Wendy's thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like
that shit kinda got
Wendy's
old after a while.
Yeah.
Because like
But,
there's
like-
some that do it well. Like I think Arby's kind of does it well by just making shit. They don't really try too hard. They're just like, hey, here's this cool thing we made out of boxes, you know.
Yeah.
But then you've got like Wendy's and Burger King and McDonald's all trying to out savage each other on Twitter.
The issue,
Yeah,
the
which
issue is that like you can really only have one of those companies take that
Yeah.
mantle, because
Yeah.
you know McDonald's isn't really going to be savage, right? Because they're like
yeah.
the biggest company. They're like the biggest fast food company in the world right now, right?
They're like the Disney of fast food companies right now.
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
So
They're not allowed to.
They're-
They're not allowed to sell fresh blueberries. That's how big they are.
Wow.
yeah. So like, they obviously cannot actually go in on people.
Right.
But,
they can't
like-
be real. They can't go hard on people.
Yeah, but like the people going to Wendy's, do they really give a shit? So of course Wendy's
Nope.
can go in.
Yeah. Wendy's can say whatever they want. Wendy's,
Yeah, 'cause-
they put out a diss record or some shit. Like,
And like,
Yeah, they did. It's a pretty great. Like some of the songs are actually really good.
oh
yeah,
my
they,
god.
what you know? Hamburger Helper did the same thing. They had
Yeah.
they had somebody famous, I think, do a song like Post Malone or something.
Yep, they did. They did.
But like, I think it boils down to just let Wendy's do the Savage thing. Like, I know McDonald's is just gonna be like, just use your fucking Twitter to like promote your sandwiches. Like,
right? Because
it won't get as many people following you, but you're already obviously winning the war. Just like, don't throw soldiers away unnecessarily.
Like, once one company starts doing it and doing it well, and then other companies start doing it, it's so fucking obvious that they're just copying and that they're just trying to, you know, cash in on this idea. It's you know, so they really shouldn't be trying to do it at all. Just
well, it's like,
again, it's like let it happen naturally thing, you know.
If edgy isn't your brand, then don't fucking bother.
Yeah.
Like, Wendy's at least had the balls to like make ghost pepper stuff when it was getting big.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I can respect that. So I say that Savage can kind of go along with like that kind of stuff. But like, McDonald's would never fucking do that because it wouldn't pass testing.
If you have like a kid's meal, you probably shouldn't be engaging in the Twitter back and forths. You know,
it's just like, bruh,
probably not.
I don't know. It pisses me off because I'm subbed to like Murdered by Words on subreddit or on Reddit, and most of it is just like, oh, these companies are going in. And it's like, no, they're fucking not. They're like trying to drive up their sales, you dumb fuck.
Right, exactly. It's not like they're just trying to trick you into buying their shit. You know, you're gonna walk down the street one day and be like, oh, McDonald's, they were savage on Twitter. I'm gonna get me a Big Mac. You know? Yeah,
you're gonna get a fucking Big Mac because they're tasty. Like, come on.
Like, it's so weird. Like this. Yeah.
I will say that I think of Wendy's in a slightly better light now. I would still not order one of their sandwiches unless my life depended on it.
Cameron, do you remember when that would just be what we would do to hang out? We would just go to Wendy's. Just go to Wendy's.
We'd either go to Wendy's or we'd go to Sonic or we'd go to McDonald's.
Usually
it was either McDonald's or Wendy's.
Oh yeah.
No, like I don't really like Wendy's. They're okay. I just would prefer like literally any other fast food chain besides.
It's not that we liked Wendy's. It's that
it was what was
in
around.
Our little town, it was what was around. So.
Yeah. Like,
and like,
no,
it was what was around that had a decent interior.
Yeah, because everywhere else was like just a boring ass. Like, the chairs were uncomfortable and shit like that. So going to McDonald's where it was like, not McDonald's but Wendy's where it was like nice cushion booths and air conditioning and, you know, it looked clean and it kept it together.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, our Wendy's was. So, I lived in a cow town, and essentially I lived between two freeways. Like, that's kind of where Elk Grove is between two freeways. And so the Wendy's was on the edge of town and next to one of the freeways. So it was like literally the farthest fucking possible place away from where I lived.
Yeah.
So we just never went there. I think we went there a couple of times when my mom wanted a Frosty, but like for the most part we just went to McDonald's because it was actually close.
I got you.
And it was just like, so I just became a McDonald's kid out of like, oh, there's actually one there.
Right, yeah. It's always it's usually convenience. Usually, like that. People
and isn't that just fast food in a nutshell?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. That's why, like, I wish I lived in a bigger city so that way 24-hour stores would be around more often.
Move to Chicago, bro. Get shot.
Chirac. Okay. Yeah, they're actually kind of cleaning it up a little bit. Not a ton, but a little.
It's not that
little's
bad.
Better than none.
Right, yeah. They're trying. They're at least starting a little bit.
Alright. Do we have anything else?
Alright. No, that's it. I couldn't find the picture, sadly, but it's fine.
Actually, I just want to say one.
Funny.
I want to say one last thing about Wendy's. All the Wendy's in my town suck ass. If you literally
clean up your act.
Yeah, exactly. Clean up your fucking act, Indiana Wendy's out there. It's fucking embarrassing. Literally, the one like on the main road near the highway. If you go there and try to get some food, there's nobody's gonna answer you. Go on the fucking drive-through. Nobody's gonna answer you. Go up to the front counter. No one's gonna be there. You can hear people working in the back, but no one's gonna come help you. And if they do help you, your food's gonna be cold or wrong. All
or
of
both.
them are like that. All of them.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, they're garbage. I used to love Wendy's, and now I just never go because they suck here. So fucking get your shit together. All right.
I want my Wendy's.
I want my damn Wendy's.
Where can we find you, Deshaun?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Urban Buddha, YouTube Mr. Urban Buddha, and Twitch at The Urban Buddha.
All right. And where can we find you, Mr. Cayman Second?
You can find me, I think, on everything at Cayman Second. And I just put out a new video, new League of Legends video, and one should be coming out this week. So if you're into analysis of pro games, I'm going to be putting that out. And more of that's going to be on my stream.
All right, and you can find me at I Press the Buttons on YouTube and Twitter, or YouTube and Twitch, and on Twitter you can find me at IPT Buttons. And as always, thanks for watching, and laugh at yourself. We'll catch you guys next time.
Oh, I see you feeling yourself. That type of pride ain't good for your health. Come on, as you wish. It didn't have to go down like